Welcome back to my channel. I am super happy today. Okay, I need to calm down because if not, my words in my head is going to go running fast, and I will tell you why. And I feel it this month. I feel it a lot. This video will be separated in two parts. It's going to be astrology perspective, and then you're gonna have tarot perspective. And the astrology will talk about all the planets, all the, we're gonna have all retrogrades, we're gonna have aspects, we're gonna have energies that are coming around, the sun, the moon, Venus, etc. It's another world. But we're gonna have at the end, or in the second section of this video, will be tarot reading, where of course I will take a little perspective of what actually happened on all this month is gonna coming in, and this effect of a new moon we are going to face in. I'm happy to be here. I am TRU. I'm going to be your guide in this video. So please thumbs up if you like it so far. It makes a huge difference. It's gonna help me a lot. Please share it, subscribe, and see you in very little. Thank you so much, guys. Hi. First of all, welcome to Gemini season. Yes, we are in Gemini right now. We're gonna be evolved, and we're gonna be embrace this beautiful energy. We have is already gone. This is going to be the sun of Gemini in Gemini right now, and we have to understand that Gemini are very playful. They like to play, to try, they are very flexible, and they love to learn. But what they are good at is gathering information. They are very analytical, and they are not gonna step in until they know a little bit more of the matter they are looking for. Anything that is new, they are gonna be interested about it. They have a lot of interest in different sections or in different fields, and they are always hungry to learn more, to open up more communication, and plus, it's going to be very nice because they like to as well to have a different friendships, and they want to learn or they want to meet new people. They like traveling, have different cultures and different perspective of life. So this sun bring a lot of that. This is spark of flexibility, that spark of, like versatility. They are super hungry to have more feeling and the curiosity. So we need to keep it in mind that already the sun is in Gemini, and we're gonna have a new moon that is in Gemini as well. So don't forget that the moon is the way that we wire emotionally, the way that we connect with another people emotionally, not analytically. So when we talk about the new moon in Gemini, it's most of the time quite conflicting because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is the planet of communication, but it's very heady. It's very heady. Mercury is not gonna do things because they feel it. They sort of do things because it's the facts. Because they have facts, they gather the information, and they know what they're doing. Not because they feel it. It's not like Neptune or Venus is more analytical. And bring me back that kind of conflicting energy that's all the time over there. And it's quite funny because Gemini, they always have that sense of you have a choice. Even in tarot or in all symbology that is around Gemini, there's going to be the duality. You have Gemini, the twins, you have masculine, feminine, you have, A and B, whatever you want to call it. You're always going to have an option. And also in tarot is the lovers, where it's going to be feminine and masculine energy. So you can see where I'm coming from. When we have going to be the new moon means new energies, there's going to be new faces, new ways to see life, and also the new seeds that you are planting. Because we're going to talk about new seeds. And in astrology, we talk a lot about what is the new projects or what is the new energy you want to put in. And it's important to you to understand that the Gemini needs to be focused, because they can be scattered because they like all. But why we have this new moon is asking us to be focused as well and use our communication to ourselves to ask what we need to know, what we need, and how we can feel that need. The new moon is also known as a dark moon. So the dark moon have a shadow side, which means that you have to understand that where you're gonna put that seed. Because the dark is gonna be shadow. So if you're gonna be creative, if you want to honor the creation under the moon magic, you need to be aware where you're gonna put your focus where you're gonna put your energy in, and how you're gonna make that seed grow. That's going to be in the good soil, or it's going to be in the shadow soil. So all of this is depending of your choice. And I don't think it's a bad thing, but what I do think, and I just get around with the back of my head, is be careful where do you put the seeds on. Doesn't matter if it's going to Gemini or not, the new moon is always bringing something from the darkness to the shine. So if you want to let it go the darkness and do something from the shine, you have to be aware where you're going to put the seeds on. And what is your thoughts having put that seeds on? Doesn't matter what it is. For the Gemini energy right now can be conflicting about what you think or what you feel. So it's time now to, retreat back or retreat within and ask us, well, how we can connect what we think with what we feel, or what we, sense, desire, or want. Because you always have a choice. So I do believe that this new moon is, you have a choice. You always can choose. You have a free will. You don't have that structure around it where it's going to be making you feel that you're trapped. Gemini is all the time give you the freedom to be you and to choose the way that you want to create something new for your life. Make sense? Carry on with the Gemini energy. We have, I think, is going to be 4 or 5 planets that is in the air sign. So we have the Sun in Gemini, Venus in Gemini, Mercury in Gemini, and Saturn in Gemini, and I think it's going to be this new moon in Gemini as well. So we have 1 Aquarius, all Gemini, and then we have, I think it's 2 planets in Pisces. We have Neptune and we have Mars. So what do you think that is going on? Because you're gonna feel a little heady. You're gonna feel, probably you feel it right now, that you are quite steady, but your thoughts are going fast. Like your thoughts are running crazy. Why? Because Mercury is in Gemini and Gemini rules Mercury. When these two are together, you're gonna have a lot of creative ideas. You're always gonna have thoughts that's coming in and out, that's gonna be running fast, that's going to be all the time moving around. Why? Because Gemini is fast communication, but on the same time is fast information. So you probably feel overload, or you feel quite like, what am I doing? Or scattered. So watch out with that. We have already multiple signs. There will be Pisces, and we have Pisces and Gemini. So we have a multiple sign. Multiple signs, just in case you don't know, is a flexible sign. Is a sign of very easy to adapt, go with the flow. They normally are not quite fixed. They are not stiff. There are energies can be adaptable very easy, quite flicky and very, very superficial sometimes. But we are talking about very fast communication, logical thoughts, ideas with Pisces. That is the most emotionally intuitive sign of the zodiac, and is multiple. Whereas doesn't like to have a conflict and go with the flow and try to be the more empathy and the more lovable sign of all the zodiac. So you will see here the paradigm. You will see here the contrast. So we have 2 multiple signs that are good in their field, but different by themselves together. Which means that you need to have a lot of patience, but you probably feel it right now. More if you are Gemini, because I know that you overthink, and you probably see a lot of thoughts that's coming in. So the next we're gonna talk about right now would be all the influence that we're gonna have with Venus in Gemini, and the little conflict that we're gonna have with Neptune. When we got Neptune in Pisces, we have that uncertainty, that feelings of not secure emotionally, the very, that you'd have to go with the flow because you don't feel stable enough, because you are afraid to be vulnerable, or you are afraid to open up. So I do believe that this Neptune in Pisces is giving us the opportunity to open up and make that spiritual awakening, that spiritual step to growing up and move forward from the old beliefs that we do have. And I also think that this Neptune in Pisces is gonna help us in a massive way to be awakened and to be spiritual awake. So probably you are right now more interested to dig it deep and within and go yoga classes, meditation, go more to herbal medicine, something that is related with nature but at the same time nurturing you, nourish you. You are more into that bubble of love on the same time. So as a community, I do think there is a very big awake and it's a big call to the bubble of love that we need to jump into, to don't be afraid of unconditional love, basically. So when we go in that and then we jump in, why I said this is going to be foggy is because it's going to do a square with a Gemini. It's going to be Venus in Gemini. And when I talk about a square, if you don't know about astrology, a square is, you know, a square, but it's an aspect. We probably would say that is, the energies are not flowing easily. Just to say, it's going to be quite conflicted. Because Neptune is gonna ask to Venus, are you actually see the things clearly? And Venus is not gonna see it clearly because Neptune is gonna not let it. Easy because Neptune most of the time is very imaginative, is very dreamy, so it is not gonna let the knowledgeable or is not gonna let the analytical side of Venus that is in Gemini to work correctly. Most of the time will be the action of are you see your relationship as it is or are you see your relationship as you want it to be. And because Venus is in Gemini right now, is in retrograde, let's go within. I think that I talk about of my last video that you can check this out in my channel about this retrograde in Gemini and in Venus. Venus rules relationship, love, and how we see beauty. So when we do a square with the Neptune, that is the planet of you know, dreamy, very deep emotional state, is gonna go in the stagnation. It's gonna ask us to be still, to be stopped, to be say, hey, are you see the things clearly? Are you see your partner in case, or you see your relationship as it is or as you want it to be? Are you lying to yourself? Are you really see the things without the veil? So I'm sorry to say that, but I think it's a really interesting way to see relationships, because most of the time we lie to ourselves and we try to see our partners how we wanted to see it rather than see them how they is in the raw way, with the reality and how it is by itself. So I believe in this transit right now, and this aspect especially, is going to ask you to step out, do yourself, be more objective, and, you know, analyze, as Gemini do, all aspects of your relationships, and be careful how Neptune is going to go there, because it's gonna make you more confused. So be careful where you follow it, if you follow it what you wanted or you follow what is real. Another aspect, I'm just reading it right now, it's a lot of information, apologize in advance, but it's retrograde in Venus in Gemini for 20 degrees exact, and we're gonna have a conjunction with Mercury that's in Gemini as well. If you don't have too much influence in the square with Neptune, you're gonna have a really playful and nice communication with your partner. All of this, as I said, is in general. We need to see in your chart where that is belongs. It's going to be what houses, what planets are influencing, all the stuff. So this message is a general basis, really big. So you probably say, I don't feel nothing foggy, it's very clear. So probably for you will be working more the Mercury conjunction with Venus in Gemini, because Venus love to be entertainment but logical. So probably you will be enjoying more, but other people will be influenced more with Pisces, or influenced with the Neptune in Pisces, will see that they need a little bit of time of reflection, and they probably are seeing the relationship as they hope to see it rather than it's going to be what it is. So coming back with that, we do have Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn in Aquarius is a big deal. Because Saturn is not precisely one of the most easy planets to roll off. These planets take 28 to 29 years to go around the orbit, so to take just one ride, which for me take a lot of lessons to learn. And for me, not only for me, I think it's for everybody else. Like Saturn have a lot of karma with it, and if you don't understand that, you're gonna have a harsh times to get it. But I'm gonna read you a couple of things. The Saturn reminds us of the reality and the need for greater self-discipline. This said also teach us to take responsibility for ourselves, and that is really amazing to have it right now. Why? Because Saturn is in Aquarius. Aquarius is the sign of humanity. Aquarius is the innovator. If I don't know if you have some friends that they come with ideas that you said, where does ideas come from? Like, it's absolutely outstanding. It's super innovative. It's something new, something fresh. Aquarius is the water barrier. Is the man or woman that can say that they think out of the box. They never gonna say, okay, this is the limitless. They don't have a limit. They don't believe in rules. And if you want to put them in the rules to what they have to do or not, goodbye. So imagine to have Saturn right now in Aquarius. So which means for me is a very big improve of a social structure. So because Aquarius is going to talk about social stuff. Aquarius is going to be care about social because they are humanitarian and they are a very compassionate sign. The Saturn is already retrograding. So when we're going to have a retrograde in Saturn, we have that kind of perspective that we need to understand things more internally rather than externally. They do not believe that the freedom is earned by you run away. Like, they are gonna avoid you to do that. So when you literally run away for your responsibilities are growing up and will catch you back. And this is Saturn. I don't know if you feel it, but Saturn most of the time is kind of like a father figure or mother figure. But this discipline, they have to be in that line. And when you are a very child and you see your parents gonna be out, they are so strict. Oh, they are doing this, they are doing that. But when you grow up, you say, whoa, yes, now I understand that why they was like this with me. Because they don't want me to fail, or they don't want me to do this, or they don't want me to be in the downhill. So Saturn is the one who say, keep the things in track, because you're gonna pick it up or harvest, or you're going to, to have the result, and you're gonna be award in the future. But Saturn is gonna ask you to live the moments. It's gonna force you to think about now for future, to what you're going to do now. So when Aquarius is in Saturn, that all for me is the way that you bring back the power to the people. Because Aquarius is an innovator, is a natural innovator, is ruled by Uranus, is an amazing air sign. So that's why I said it's a lot of head stuff, it's a lot of thoughts that coming into your brain. It's gonna telling you that you are the change that the world need. From you make the change that you want everybody to see. You know how powerful is that? But it's not telling you that something's gonna happen tomorrow. You do the change now, and tomorrow the world is changing. Oh yeah, ironic, isn't it? No, my darling. What I try to say, Saturn here, is say, okay, sit down, sit back, and plan. And do the stuff that you want to change in your community, and start from yourself. What do you can do to change that? And it's an amazing, it's wonderful. Just give the power to the people. Give the power back to us, not to who is in power right now. Which means is who we selected, right? But we are empowered to change all of that because we have voice. And Aquarius is ruled by that, and they ask us, because right now we are in this isolation, we are a part of some conflicts of sea people. They say it's still communicating, it's still open up. The shadow side of this is provoke a lot of protest, provoke a lot of violence in the streets, because they do not feel heard. They do not feel, the people are not feeling, how I can say, recognized by their voice. So we need to be very careful, because if we want to push too much, we can probably not get what we want. So this is going to be a Saturn in Aquarius, where you need to understand that you cannot not avoid your responsibilities. You are responsible for your own actions, and you are the powerful person that can change your actions for good. And that is, I do believe in Aquarius, Saturn is saying right now. Because Aquarius is the sign of community compassion, sharing, protecting, innovating, and communicating. And it's very logical. They are not particularly very emotional, but they understand emotion. That's why compassion is a really big label for them. So Aquarius saying you have to have improve and take a self-development in your own skills and your own beliefs to make a better communal situation and a better community situation, basically. They relate with another people, but the change becomes from within. And that is a new moon in Gemini. I have to say, this new moon in Gemini is one of the phases that you have to do for start this change. It's, 3,000 steps journey start for one. So I do think this is going to be one of the lessons. We have already Saturn over here saying whatever they're gonna say in Aquarius, but then we jump into the next matter, that is Jupiter. And Jupiter is in Aquarius and Capricorn, sorry. This is too much for my head. And Capricorn is the sign of work ethic, career, profession, self-image, public image. So Capricorn looks a lot about how they look in the public. Just be careful about that as well. So we start with the retrograde. We need to redefine our beliefs. We need to redefine not only the beliefs in our system, is the belief of our achievement, what we can achieve and what we can't. We will probably feel triggered by all the people lives, for all the people, successful situation, teachers, politics, that can inspire us or can trigger us to make the decision that we need to do to create a better life. When we are in this situation that we're gonna create a better life, we can't barely say that we can't, because Capricorn is going to be there to step in to say, you can do this and you can build the life that you wanted if you step in without hesitation. You put a little bit, like a little, dot at the end of the sentence. I love it. So you're gonna feel triggered by other people's lives, and you also can have that, you know what I mean, like that example to follow. And it's very nice. I have the last point in this Jupiter retrograde is life-changing, career-changing basis, likely. They're not gonna tell you that you have to do it one day for another. You have a whole year to modify, create, design, specify what you really want to dedicate your life, and that will be supportive in the wealth way. Most of the time is going to change as well your interest of work, your interest of career, studies, or anything that you want to put the effort on, and what you're going to be your image in the career related. Makes sense for you? I forgot, we're gonna have Mars in Pisces. Mars in Pisces is very soft, but on the same time can be put you a little bit down, because we're gonna think about the Mars is the planet for action, and right now it's gonna ask you to be active in the way more an emotional state, and it's gonna ask you to make an action towards another people. How are we gonna do that? Because Mars is most of the time ruled by Aries, and Aries is poof, is go and get it. Or we're gonna have Pisces in Mars. It's totally different feeling. We're gonna ask, and we're gonna be suggested probably to be more open up, to be more empathic with other people, to use our empathy and compassion to connect in a different level, and be more active in this line rather than be more logic. They're gonna ask you to be more compassionate, but on the same time they're gonna ask you to don't blame yourself for your past, because Pisces is really good to bring it back from the past and make you feel quite bad for your past actions. don't blame yourself, because the life lessons are there, you know, are just simple life lessons, are not, you know, punishment, are not there to push you down. It's just a learned lessons that you can have it, you can integrate with yourself, and you can move on through the days or through the years, through the months, whatever you want to do. So thank you so much. This is astrology right now, a little bit summary. I hope you like it. Please thumbs up, subscribe, and share with the people. If you like it, just wait here. I'm gonna do like a little tarot reading. Just wait for me over here, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Hi, welcome to the tarot perspective. I was meditating like before I did all this video, that's why I was so energized at the end. I can't really say too much. Woo, there you go. I am going to do a 3-card pick, which will be past, will be present, will be future, related with this new moon. Related, the new moon is not just one day. So just pick it up in your mind. The new moon happened one day, but start to be folded into the first quarter until the moon get full. So you have almost 15 days where you can get into the perspective. Don't get rushed. It's just going to be information that is a news for you, that is gathering, as a Gemini do, gathering information what you really like it, and then to make the decision when you're clear about. So I was shuffling, and the past come out the 5 of Cups. I don't know if you can see it over here, I hope so. Make a lot of sense, to be honest, because the 5 of Cups is a deception card. Not because it's a bad thing, it's because literally we was feeling really empty in these days. We are not contacted with people. Gemini especially likes to be with people, and when they are not with people in the social way, they can get really, you know, they can get too much stuck in their thoughts. And this happens for everyone. When we do not open the communication with another people, and we are restricted to see the people that we love or we hang out, our thoughts can become our big energies. But we need to remember that we are not our thoughts. And I do think that you was very sad in the past. You, I'm talking about in the general message, in this day, that you literally learned that, you know, everything is gone and it's time to build it up something new. And I think it's quite nice when we have the 5 of Cups in the past, which means that everything what we believe on, or everything what actually was coming from the past beliefs, is already over. So we do not have to keep carrying on that image to thinking, oh yes, you know, I'm still thinking on the same day I was thinking before. Absolutely not. The 5 of Cups is as well everything from the heart, for the emotional, for the belief system. And as I said, I don't think it's a negative card, so don't get crazy, but it's in the past. So I have a sense that at one point you learn a lot to let it go, even if you didn't like it too much. The old beliefs that are not giving to you something in the present moment, this being in the comfort zone for a very long time. But you know, we have already that Neptune in Pisces with the square in Venus. Woo! There you go, we have the second one with the square in Venus, and it's asking you for that as well. It's like, hey, I see my partner how it is, or I see my partner how I wanted him to be for me, or how I want, or how I hope, you know, that he behave in that way. It's a very tricky one, and when you discover and take it off the veil, you have the 5 of Cups, because you have the deception card. And I guess in this time of reflection, in these past days that you're being having right now, you have that sense of, all right, I do have to stop idealizing, or stop, you know, dreaming about my relationship, and start to living it how it is, you know, regardless if it's painful or not. So the next card is the present. We have the 7 of Pentacles. I really like it though. And I guess, because we are in Capricorn right now, remember that we have a Jupiter in Capricorn that is a long-term harvesting, enjoying it and all the time. And this is a card that for me says something very important, that is, you are planting the seed. Is the new moon. I really like it. It's the new moon because it's saying, okay, I'm planting the seeds. I have to wait to pick it up, in the next few days, in the next few months, what I've been working steadily. So when we have this Seven of Pentacles, with Pentacles is everything about wealth, materialistic, it's also telling you all these ideas that you have in your mind. You need to put it in practical way to make it happen in the real world, in the materialistic world. Not everything is going to be the conscious mind. Have to be jumping out in the materialistic world when in the 3D you can see what you actually imagine for. So as I was talking about an astrology perspective, we was talking Jupiter in Capricorn. We're saying work hard in your structures and your beliefs and the way that you achieve, but on the same time you will be triggered to another people. So I do think that you are observing another people, plus you are saying, okay, I have this little thing that I'm creating and I'm feeding it every single day. Will be a project, will be a business, will be a family, because can be a family that you are slowly building a family foundation. Communication days is hard way. But for me, because we have Neptune as well in Pisces, I do think that is an artistic way, probably is in something that it fulfill you emotionally as well. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, probably I'm crazy. You can pull me the label, I'm happy with it. But if you see that man is waiting for, pick it up the fruits, pick it up the labor, pick it up the money, give me the juice, give me the stuff. And I do think that this new moon, you are starting to plan and to make that change now for future that you want to have. You know what I'm trying to say. So you're making the change right now to achieve that future that you're craving for. This is the card to say, working hard, you will bring it back all the, all the fruits and all the awards that you like it. And to be honest, I have to say, I do absolutely love all of these planets right now. I feel right now when I was starting to talk with you in this video, and bear with me, I have a lot of thoughts. I had a lot of, probably you will see that my tongue is rolling, or, I have a lot of things to say, or I don't know how to say it, and I'm start with one thing and I don't finish with another one. It's because my brain is running crazy. Sorry, I'm back, the camera go crazy. Then we have the stars, the star in the future. We have Aquarius. I'm sorry, we have a Saturn in Aquarius right now, and it's something that we were speaking as well in the section of astrology. That we have to make the change that we want to see in the world, and we are in retrograde right now. We have to think about a lot in how we can have our power back. So we have these three cards. Just leave me a second. When we have these three cards, there is already in the reading for this new moon. I totally think, of course, we are not gonna know, because the star card is the only one who's not gonna let you see 100% full of it. It's gonna tell you the things are gonna be good, but they're not gonna give you so much specification, and you can't pick up, you can't cheat. You can't ask for more information than that it is. It's a very positive card. It's an emotional card as well. And when we have in the future, and we have all the star in the future, I do think that we're gonna have a massive change in the social behavior that we are having right now. We are going to be more grounded. I do believe there is, when we have the star in the future, and the total message is you are being, grounding, you are being waiting for so long to have these fruits, food, ideas, project to grow. You will see them shine. And you will see them, they will be very innovative, not innovative, I don't know, will be more, outstanding. That's the word, outstanding. And we have the Five of Cups from the past, we have the Seven of Pentacles in the middle, in the present, where say everything is by work, and everything is when you put the effort on. It's not just you think about it, it's not everything you feel about it. Everything what you thought, think, feel is already defeated, is already gone. You suffer what you have to suffer, is already in the past. There's already, you need to move on, and you start to grow up and plant these new seeds that you're going to harvest in the future. But it's telling you that you have to do it in the practical way. You have to do it in a certain situation and certain state of mind where you don't feel limited, because Aquarius are not gonna put you in the limitation. Aquarius gonna ask you for freedom, but you need to own this freedom without running off your responsibilities. So if you want to have this star, this fulfillment, and this shine at the end, which is going to be successful, you have to be strong enough to take the responsibility to change, and to see yourself the power enough to make the change of the world, or the future, or your family, or whatever that's going to be in your external world. If you really want to have a purpose where it's going to be changing stuff, if not even changes, to be more in balance with yourself, you need to be example, and your only competition is with you. You need to understand that you probably have to stop to relate it to other people, and stop to wait for other people to resolve your own problems. That's why I do think that this grounded energy that is now on the Capricorn, that is already in the Seven of Pentacles, and I will show you again and again and again and again. You have it over here, is telling you it's time to work hard, it's time to put the cold brain, and it's time to put the things a practical way. Because if you really want to face up the success, and you want to shine as a star in the middle of the sky, you know, you need to start from it. Because this is a card of success, of, you know, of grateful stuff that coming in, and also very balancing an emotional state. Because Aquarius understand emotion. Aquarius are a very grounded and emotional sign, and very logical and unpredictable. There's going to be something in Aquarius that is unpredictable, but we're going to talk about this. So when we go faces in that way, the only way that we can get success, the only way that we can get and touch the star that is on the sky, is believing in our own power to create our own reality. And don't wait for another people to give you the opportunity or the green light to build the life that you wanted. You've been defeated, you've been really, really heartbroken, you have your emotions all the way down, you are bringing back new beliefs in yourself, you are bringing back from the shadows all the lights that you need with your hard work. Okay, that will be my tarot reading for you guys. I did a little bit more fast than normal, but I do think that is more connected like this, so the video will not be too long, so you can have more interaction with me. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe, like, share, give it to the people that you think that's going to be helpful, and enjoy this new moon in Gemini. So please subscribe, ring the bell, make me so many details if you want to, give me some feedbacks, interact with me, let me know if you want more from me, or what do you want to hear from me. I will keep doing full moon and new moon gathering information for you guys. If you want a free 3-card pick, I will do it Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday in my Instagram account. I will put it somewhere over here on the corner, and you can follow for free, so I can see you on live and you can read and pick it up the card that's going to resonate with you. So have a lovely day, and see you in the next clip. Thank you so much. Bye. Mwah.